about a 10% increase. A lot less than some counties, and I've not heard anybody less than us, but I've heard all of them about the same. I know I was with the Conway County judge a while ago, and they took a 15% hit. And as I brought up during the budget hearings, I think 2026 is when we need to really look at going to a self-funded program. And there's about 7, 8 counties that have already done that. They're recouping a lot of savings, especially on pharmaceuticals. So we've got a year to plan ahead, but I think that's a positive direction with the current cost of insurance. Any other discussion or questions? If not, ask clerk to call the roll.
Ronnie Tripp,
Yes.
Philip Haney,
Yes.
Jackie Heflin,
Yes.
David Ivy,
Yes.
Mary Metz Blaylock,
Yes.
Margaret Motley,
Yes.
Lane Scott,
Yes.
Jordan Sowers,
Yes.
Bill Sparks,
Yes.
Blake Tarpley, Tim Wittenberg,
Yes.
Ronnie Wilbank,
Yes.
Ordinance is adopted.
But before we go on, I have a
yes.
question. On the insurance, how many people are in that pool, insurance pool, that we might?
We
sell from?
have, Anita, 280 something employees. About 280 that we're paying on full time.
Okay.
All right, item number 3, Justice Sparks, the annual operating budget.
Judge, this is an ordinance to appropriate and establish the annual operating budget for calendar year 2025. We had 2 nights of hearings. All the departments participated in this. It went rather smoothly. I appreciate their work, and I move for its adoption.
Second, Sowers.
Have a motion, have a second. Ask clerk to read by title only.
be it enacted by the Quorum Court of the County of Pope, State of Arkansas, an ordinance to be entitled, an ordinance to appropriate and establish the annual operating budget for the calendar year 2025.
Discussion or questions? If not, ask clerk to call the roll.
Philip Haney,
Yes.
Jackie Heflin,
Yes.
David Ivy,
Yes.
Mary Metz Blaylock,
Yes.
Margaret Motley,
Yes.
Lane Scott,
Yes.
Jordan Sowers,
Yes.
Bill Sparks,
Yes.
Blake Tarpley,
Yes.
Tim Wittenberg,
Yes.
Ronnie Wilbanks,
Yes.
Mr. Tripp.
Yes.
Ordinance is adopted. Item number 4 is an appropriation ordinance. Justice Blaylock.
Yes, Judge, this is an ordinance appropriating $34,937.91 from the general fund for the sheriff and detention centers departments, and both departments, it was reimbursement for insurance, an insurance check for reimbursement. For the sheriff's office, it was for a wrecked car, and for the detention center, a water leak. And I move for its adoption.
Have a motion, have a second. Ask clerk to read by title only.
Being enacted by the Quorum Court of the County of Pope, State of Arkansas, an ordinance to be entitled, an ordinance appropriating $34,937.91 from the general fund for the sheriff and the detention centers departments.
Discussion or questions? If not, ask the clerk to call the roll.
Jackie Heflin,
Yes.
David Ivy,
Yes.
Mary Metz Blaylock,
Yes.
Margaret Motley,
Yes.
Lane Scott,
Yes.
Jordan Sowers,
Yes.
Bill Sparks,
Yes.
Blake Tarpley,
Yes.
Tim Wittenberg,
Yes.
Ronnie Wilbank,
Yes.
Ronnie Tripp.
Yeah.
Ordinance is adopted. Item number 5 is an appropriation ordinance. Justice Sowers.
Yes, this is
Philip
no.
didn't get it.
Oh, sorry.
Philip Haney.
Philip,
Yeah.
you got to that pause.
I know, I'm sorry.
That comma.
All right, Justice Sowers.
Okay, this is an ordinance appropriating $7,000 from the Circuit Clerk Passport Fund for the Circuit Clerk's Department. If I remember right, this is $7,000 extra that they made for the passports. doing
Money
them.
coming in.
Yeah.
Do I have a second?
Second Heflin. Okay.
Have a motion, have a second. Ask clerk to read by title only.
Being enacted by the Quorum Court of the County of Pope, State of Arkansas, an ordinance to be entitled, an ordinance appropriating $7,000 from the Circuit Clerk Passport Fund for the Circuit Clerk's Department.
Discussion or questions? As Rachel pointed out Tuesday night, this is excess, so her passport program is doing phenomenally well. And I actually participated in renewing mine up there. It's a very easy process, so hats off to Rachel and what she's doing there. No further discussion. I ask the clerk to call the roll.
David Ivy,
Yes.
Mary Metz Blaylock,
Yes.
Margaret Motley,
Yes.
Lane Scott,
Yes.
Jordan Sowers,
Yes.
Bill Sparks,
Yes.
Blake Tarpley,
Yes.
Tim Wittenberg,
Yes.
Ronnie Wilbanks,
Yes.
Ronnie Tripp,
Yes.
Philip Haney,
Yes.
Jackie Heflin.
Yes.
Ordinance is adopted. Item number 6, an appropriation ordinance. Justice Heflin.
Yes, Judge, this ordinance appropriated $17,000 from the Communication Facility and Equipment Fund for the Detention Centers Department, and I think this was that unappropriated funds tied to the boiler and the ovens, that's correct. And I move for its adoption.
Second, Sowers.
Have a motion, have a second. Ask the clerk to read by title only.
Be it enacted by the Quorum Court of the County of Pope, State of Arkansas, an ordinance to be entitled, an ordinance appropriating $17,000 from the Communications Facilities and Equipment Fund for the Detention Centers Department.
Discussion or questions? If not, I ask the clerk to call the roll.
Mary Metz Blaylock,
Yes.
Margaret Motley,
Yes.
Lane Scott,
Yes.
Jordan Sowers,
Yes.
Bill Sparks,
Yes.
Blake Tarpley,
Yes.
Tim Wittenberg,
Yes.
Ronnie Wilbanks,
Yes.
Ronnie Tripp,
Yes.
Philip Haney,
Yes.
Jackie Heflin,
Yes,
David Ivy.
Yes.
Ordinance is adopted. Preempt you there. All right, item number 7 is a transferring ordinance. Justice Wittenberg.
Yes, Judge, this is an order transferring funds previously appropriated for the 2024 budget year for the general fund, for the election commission, the district court, sheriff, prosecuting attorneys department, and district cost fund for the district courts department. And I move for its adoption.
Second, Sowers.
Have a motion, have a second. I ask the clerk to read by title only.
Be it enacted by the Quorum Court of the County of Pope, State of Arkansas, an ordinance to be entitled, an ordinance to provide for the 2024 fiscal budget to transfer funds that were previously appropriated in the general fund for the Election Commission, Sheriff, District Court, and Prosecuting Attorneys Departments, and the District Court Cost Fund for the District Courts Department.
Discussion or questions? If not, ask clerk to call the roll.
Margaret Motley,
Yes.
Lane Scott,
Yes.
Jordan Sowers,
Yes.
Bill Sparks,
Yes.
Blake Tarpley,
Yes.
Tim Wittenberg,
Yes.
Ronnie Wilbanks,
Yes.
Ronnie Tripp,
Yes.
Philip Haney,
Yes.
Jackie Heflin,
yes,
David Ivy,
Yes.
Mary Metz Blaylock.
Yes.
Ordinance is adopted, and on that ordinance, I want to give a shout out to Judge McCall and to incoming Judge Luker on their collaborative effort to do this, where we're moving them over to the city. That's been a smooth transition, and I think we've about got all the paperwork done on that end, so it's a huge shout out to the two judges, outgoing and incoming, collaborating together, and just me and the mayor signed the papers. So it's gonna be a good thing, and it's gonna really streamline district court in the future, so.
Good job, sir.
Item number 8 is a resolution. Justice Wilbanks.
This is a resolution to allow the judge to sign a lease with the District 4 Constable Ricky Parks for use of an old vehicle that's been taken offline, and it's my understanding that vehicle is already in the use of a constable who is outgoing at this time, and I'd like to move for its adoption, please.
Have a motion, have a second. Ask the clerk to read the title only.
Be it resolved by the Quorum Court of the County of Pope, State of Arkansas, that a resolution allowing the Pope County Judge to sign a lease with the District Number 4 Constable Ricky Perch Parks for the use of a vehicle.
Discussion or questions? Again, this is from an outgoing constable. We're basically just moving it over to another one. It's about a 2008 Ford Taurus, I think. So, right. And we just lease them for $1. That's up to them to insure them, them to maintain them. So. All right, no further discussion. I ask the clerk to call the roll.
Lane Scott,
Yes.
Jordan Sowers,
Yes.
Bill Sparks,
Yes.
Blake Tarpley,
Yes.
Kim Wittenberg,
Yes.
Ronnie Wilbank,
Yes.
Ronnie Tripp,
Yes.
Philip Haney,
Yes.
Jackie Heflin,
Yes.
David Ivy,
Yes.
Mary Metz Blaylock,
Yes.
Margaret Motley.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Do I have any comments from the public? The one public that's here, Mike. All right, let the record reflect no comments from the public. Under announcements, we'll be doing a swearing in at noon on January 1st in the lower courtroom. And so wear your suit and tie, and we'll do that at straight up noon. And then Josh will be here to take photos. If you want an updated photo for the website or anything like that, he'll be available for that. Immediately following that, we'll come in here and have our January Quorum Court meeting. And that will be the organizational, followed by a regular January session. Should be a very short agenda. I know a couple of things we have. We have to, part of this grant to do the back doors and stuff, that's one of those we had to front the money and get it back. Well, I'm opening the bids December 19th, so I'll have a figure on December 19th of what we'll need to do there, and then we'll get all that back in a grant. You use it, front it, and then they send it back to you. So that'll be on the agenda, so it'll be a very short agenda. On the organizational side, we've discussed about doing a combined budget personnel committee of the whole. That way we always achieve a quorum at budget and personnel meetings. So I think when we discussed that earlier, that was kind of the opinion to be a good move to ensure we always have, for one thing, you all have equal opportunity to participation, and we will always achieve a quorum by doing that. So I'd like to thank our county attorney, Miss Deidre Luker, incoming Judge Luker, for her service. And for those that have not yet met Mr. Jacob Phillips, he will be our incoming county attorney from a long line of Phillips lineage Juris Doctorate. And so we'll be sure and get Jacob's number out to y'all, and he's excited to come on board, and wish you all well in your endeavors. Last but not least, we need to recognize our outgoing JPs, and so I want to recognize Justice Tripp for coming in and filling in for Justice George towards the end of the year. We appreciate you willing to serve, and you've been an asset to this body, and we want to recognize that. Same for Justice Mary Metz Blaylock, who served a little longer, and when that opening came up, I called her, and she thought about it for, I think, overnight, a day, and called back the next day. So thank you for coming back into service.
Thank you.
And we're missing Justice Carruthers, and then we also wanted to recognize Justice Alan George for his service. And in doing that, as a small token of our appreciation, we do have a set of plaques we'd like to present for you. So if we could get you to stand out front here and maybe get Blake to take a picture. Just come right up here in the center.
Get the judge saying kumbaya, I mean, sheriff. Yeah, man.
We can do them together. I'll just get in the middle, we'll do them together, and I'll present them both. And I'll read that over here, Ronnie. And I'm gonna let you take, since Alan didn't come tonight, I'll let you take it to him.
Okay.
All right. So what they say is an esteemed appreciation of your dedicated service on the Polk County Quorum Court and the citizens you represent. So.
Ready?
The photographer.
Take a side.
Sure it's in focus.
You can't get a break, brother.
All right. Thank you both.
What about you?
Judge, I can make a comment
Yes, sir.
right quick. Most of y'all know that Mary and our first cousins and our great-grandfather served 44 years on the Johnson and Newton County courts. And Mary, I don't remember how many from your two different times here, how many years you served.
The first time was 10 years.
So, and I've been here 100 years, so, anyway, we'll kind of bring some of that to an end.
Well, again, we appreciate your service. We appreciate everybody's attendance this year, and we'll see you next year. So,
Hey, Jeff,
yes, sir.
can I give them an update on our plumbing thing?
Yeah, did you find out something?
Yeah, and Captain Sweet might elaborate a little bit more on this, but if most of y'all know, we talked about this, the budget. We had a pipe collapse underneath our, underneath the concrete in one of our cell blocks. We had to move about 40 people, wasn't it? Move them around. About 30 people. We had to readjust and close that block down because of the pipe collapse. But we got a deal in today from the plumbers. It's going to cost about $4,500 to start the work and get down there and hopefully fix it. If they don't find more when they get down there.
4,500?
Uh-huh.
That's a bargain.
Well, I'm kind of excited about that myself. So just in case they don't find more, but right now we're having problems with our plumbing collapsing underneath. You know, it's old and it's
The old clay pipe?
yeah. I don't know what kind of pipe. I think they're
Probably
cast
cast
iron.
iron.
Cast iron. Be my guess, yeah. But I don't know. I don't know that for sure. But I'm
Nope.
sure it's cast iron.
Is that the 1980?
So hopefully by, they'll get in there Monday and start work and we'll find out more. So hopefully we won't have any more issues, come with them chiseling up the concrete and seeing what we got. So just thought I'd let y'all know.
Good job.
Thank you. Also want to, let's see, Jamie left, didn't he? So Justice Jackson was here, and incoming Justice of the Peace Suzanne McCall is here, so thank you for coming. And then Doug Skelton will be coming back. So we'll do like we normally do. We'll put all the name tags back there at the Johnny Story table, and y'all can pick your seats on January 1st. All right, my man Robin says there's no birthdays this month, so all I need is entertain a motion to adjourn. Justice Ivy, do I have a second? Justice Sowers, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. I show us adjourned at 5:55.